garden friends, welcome back to my channel. And for today's garden vlog, I have some fun stuff to show you today. If you're new around here, my name is Terry. I do lifestyle vlogs, garden vlogs during the warm months here, and I also do a lot of fashion videos. And I also have a side channel called Southern Yankee Beauty, which I don't get to as often these days because I coach baseball and I work full-time and I have 2 YouTube channels, and it's just a little bit tough, but you can head over there for some of the content and beauty if you love that. So today's garden vlog is a little different. I'm going to show you, I got a plant haul that I ordered in from our local grower here, and I'm going to show you what I have. It's all in one spot, so we'll walk down into the front. It's not planted yet, except one item, which did have to be planted, and I will walk you over there and show you that. And I also have some dahlias I forgot about. So we did the dahlia unboxing. All of my dahlias are planted in the ground. They're like this big. Some of them are starting to come up. Some have not come up yet, and that's perfectly fine. And then I have these other ones that need to be planted that I had bought at, oh gosh, I think it was like Lidl, like a discount grocery / store of stuff. I don't know. We went in there for the first time. They had this bag of dahlia tubers for like $5, and I've got to plant those yet, but I'm gonna show you the varieties that I got. I believe it's called Winesta, Pink, Crazy Love, and Arabian Nights. So let's actually start with that. So the 3 dahlias that I have still yet to plant are Arabian Nights, and Arabian Nights is, I believe, the tallest one, and it does come in this really rich, deep burgundy color. It's a decorative dahlia. I really like the shape of all these dahlias, and it's going to be great for the fall season too with its beautiful blooms. I believe this one gets 4 to 5 feet, so it is going to need some staking and some support. The other two, so the Winesta Pink is a gorgeous pink flower, a dahlia flower. They're all decorative style, and I really do like the style of dahlia. This one gets about 3 feet. They all love sun, and this one, it looks like it's like a hot pink, but then it said it has like a cool blue undertone. So we'll see when it comes up what it looks like, but pink is always good in my book. And the Arabian Nights one with that burgundy, I have another one that I planted. If you remember, if you saw that dahlia unboxing I did, I have one called Spooktacular. That's another one that's sort of burgundy, so I have to see where I planted that so that I plant the Arabian Nights like on an opposite side, so it looks balanced. And then there is Crazy Love, and this one is really beautiful. So the overall dahlia is white, but then it's in the middle is yellow, and then it's edged in pink and purple, my friends. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. So I have a picture of that up here as well, and that one gets about 3 feet as well. So those two, the last two, will be in the middle of the bed, and then the Arabian Nights will be in the back of the bed because it is larger. So those are the 3 that I got, and then we're going to take you down now. I think everything's looking fairly good down here. I am going to take this off because it's 85 degrees. I was just in the house, and it's so cold in my house. It's freezing. The air is like going crazy, and I was working all day freezing. So I'm going to take this off. I will be right back, and then we'll go in the sun and we'll take a look at these new perennials that I've got to add to my garden. One of them I thought was just a annual, and it's not, and where I was going to put it is now not where I'm going to put it because it is a perennial, and I guess it gets really big and bushy. I'm very excited about it, but you'll see them, and then you'll see pictures. I'll put pictures of them all up while they're in bloom. I'll find them on the internet, the ones that are in bloom, so you can see the flowers on them, because these do not all have flowers on them. So hang tight and let's go. Okay guys, so I have a lot of fun little items here to show you. So you guys know that Robert had built me a arbor, and on my arbor now I have a beautiful light pale pink rose that is a David Austin rose, and it is it's a pale pink. I think it's called Saint Swithin, and it's okay. It's not like, I don't think it blooms as much as it should. It should be blooming more now. It's in bloom right now, so I'll take you over in a minute and show you. And it also, I also have a clematis growing up the side, which is beautiful. It's like a really pretty lavender, but I needed another rose for the other side. And so this one is a pink rose that is also kind of like a pale pink. I'm gonna bring you down so you can see, hold on. I don't know how well this is showing up. Maybe here's better. and it looks very similar to the David Austin rose. I'll put other pictures up for you so you can see this, because I can't see if you can even see it. This is called Kiss Me Kate, and it does have a bloom starting to crack open a little bit, so I'll bring that over. It looks like it's hot pink, but I think it's going to kind of be that way, and then it's going to it'll be a lighter pink as it fully opens. So this climber is going to go on the other side of our arbor, and it'll marry up with the light pink one, and it should be really pretty when it's all said and done. All right, so this one is new to me. I don't have any of these, and these don't have a oh, this one does. This is called the Rosie Jane Gora, whatever, Gara I think it's called. So I had 2 of these last year, but I planted them in the wrong spot. I planted them right in the front of the flower bed. I had one on this side and one on that side, and they were beautiful. They have these like whirly twirlies. They get really tall. The ones that I had were monsters. They were really tall. They were probably 3.5 feet, and I didn't realize they were so big, and I had them in the front of the flower bed. So, and they came back for a couple of years, but I knew I was gonna have to move them, but then we had a lot of ice and snow this past winter, and they didn't come back, and so it was the perfect time for me just to pull the roots out and get a new one. And this new one, this Rosie Jane one, is small. She's about 18 to 20 inches, maybe 20, okay, maybe might get up to 24, let me see. Nope, 20 inches. So she's about 1.5 feet, and she likes full sun, well draining soil, and she's good in zones 5 through 9. So in 5 through 9, this will be a perennial for you, and she's super sweet. So when she needs a drink of water, she's wilting. It says full sun. I think when she's in soil in the ground, she'll be fine like my other ones were, but it's definitely more delicate than the other one, and you can see it's starting to get the this is what's going to open up and be the flower. And the flowers on these are a bicolor. They're white and edged in pink. Really pretty, strong pollinator for butterflies. The butterflies love it. And this one goes in the middle of the bed because it's not like the front, but it's got some girth to it. And what's also neat about this is the leaves. Can you see this? The leaves are like edged in like a deep burgundy color. This is a whimsical, fun one for a cottage style garden, which is the style garden I have. So I'm super excited about this, and I'm super excited to see this bloom. Hopefully I can find photos of all of these items, because they're not necessarily proven winners, or like they're from my local garden nursery here. And they have a pretty good one on this, but they don't all have tags. And so if I can find one in full bloom on the internet, I'll stick it up there for you, because if you have this and you're in zones 5 through 9, this should be a perennial for you. You'll be able to get lots and lots of years out of this beauty. It's deer resistant as well if you're dealing with deer. Okay, now this girl also needs water. So I actually ordered a pink anemone, but they didn't have any left, so they asked if they could substitute it with the white one. This is called Honorine Jobert Windflower Anemone. It's a hybrid, and here's a photo. Very pretty, and anything in your garden that's white will really stand out and pop, and it'll help the other colors in your garden stand out and pop too. So this one is height and width. It says 24 to 30 inches, I believe, tall, and 18 to 24 inches width. Full sun to part shade, but you can see it's only about 85 degrees out here, and it's wilting. So this is going to go in my side garden over here, where it gets a little bit more shade, and it should do really great there, and it blooms in the summer. This is a hybrid discovered in 19th century France, and it gets pure white flowers with cheerful yellow stamens, sway gracefully over a mound of rounded toothed foliage. And it was the 2016 perennial plant of the year. So I'm gonna get water and we'll get that planted. I'm not gonna plant it today. I am gonna water it before I go in. Those two need water. Actually, I'll probably water all of these. I watered some yesterday, and some are good and some aren't. They all said that they were full sun, and I wanted to test it because we are not in the hottest part of the day yet, of the year. And if they can't handle this heat, there's no way they'll handle in Virginia the heat in July and August. There's just no way. I need water too. All right, so next up, this one I'm super excited about. We have these at work, but we have them in, I think we have them in orange, yellow, and red at work, and those just aren't my colors. My color palette here is definitely more softer pastels, corals and lavenders and purples and different shades of pink. And then I do throw a few wild cards in there from time to time, and every year my garden looks a bit different. But this is a canova, a canna lily, and it's gorgeous foliage just as it is without any blooms. Another bus, hold on. And it looks like there's 3 plants in here. So 1, 2, 3. And what's interesting, hopefully this comes across on the video, but you can see it's edged in this like pinky purple. And then you can see right here, the stalk's gonna come out right here. It's gonna be a big stalk and it's gonna be a flower. The flower is mango. So this is the mango canna lily, and I hope I can find a bigger picture to put up on the screen, but look at how beautiful. Look at how beautiful that is. So I'm excited to see what this does. Now this one is gonna kind of go behind me on the other side of the couch, other side of the, not this main flower bed, but aside this one still in the front of the house, not on the side. I kind of been calling it the Creeping Jenny area because I've got so much Creeping Jenny that I have to keep ripping out over there. So it's going to go in the Creeping Jenny area, and it'll add some height. And since it's big, I'll see what happens here. I'm not going to separate these 3 today, but as they grow after like 3 or 4 years, then I'll separate them so that the whole back of that bed will be with these beautiful mango colored canna lilies. I'm so excited about it. So very beautiful. It's beautiful, just like this. Okay, now I have this one. I don't have a photo of. This is an Agastaki, but it's called the Rosy Posy, and look at the cute little habit it has, and it's almost like a mint blue sage foliage, so it's going to add a lot of dimension and difference in the flower bed. I have some over there that I grew by seed, and we'll walk over and I'll show you the different, because even the habit and the growth, the way this grows is different than the other one that's growing. This is more upright, it's more compact. The other one's a little bit more wild. Now when I grew from seed, I don't know what the variety of it was, but it was like a mix, and the colors I got were like a peachy orange, like a peach color, and then I got like a purple, so it's kind of a mix of that, and that's come back now for me for 2 years. It's in a pot. I am going to transplant that out into this year, probably into the landscape, and then this one's going to be the Rosy Posy, which I believe is pink. I'll find some photos again and stick them up here. This one, it says aromatic foliage. Can't really smell anything, but it says grows densely compact ball-shaped mound adapted to thrive in dry soils. It's deer resistant and a pollinator. The hummingbirds and butterflies really liked this last year, so did all the bumbles. And this one, the foliage is kind of cool. The underneath of the foliage is purple, and so are some of the stems. I'm going to show you, but I don't know if it's going to translate. It's so sunny out here, I can't see if it's going to show you the purple underneath the leaves and kind of on the stems. I don't know if it just starts out that way as a new plant, or if that's going to be something that kind of carries through the plant as it gets bigger, but either way, I really love it. I love it. So I hope that does stay, and that'll change. I love having the different greens too. I think that's going to be really pretty in the sun, and all of these did say full sun on them, but I do believe this Agastaki can probably handle it, because my other one was in full sun last year and it could handle it, but it also can handle like part sun, part shade. That one could. So, and this one I think can too, because this one is standing up really good and strong, and it's warm out, so I think this one will be just fine. The last one over here I have to show you, I do not have a picture of, but it is beautiful, isn't it? The foliage on here. So this is a campanula, and I think it says cherry. I think it was called cherry something. I'll put it on the screen. I have to go back and look at what I ordered. But, and it's got 2 stickers. I thought maybe it'd say it on the second sticker, but I can't peel it off. But anyway, I believe that this plant gets these like bells, these like cherry pink rosy bells that kind of hang over. And I love the lime green on this too. So I'm not sure where I'm putting this one yet. We'll have to see. And I'll put the zonal information on it as well. Look, this one's even got like coming out the sides. It's got shoots coming here. So obviously this is very hardy if it's growing roots, and then the roots are trying to make more plants. So I want to look at the habit of this too and see if this is a spreader, what the situation is with this one, if it stays compact. I don't know. I'll put all of that up here for you. Okay, so why don't we walk over first? Oh, before we do that, I have two more. So this perennial is pretty common, especially here in Virginia. It's candy tuft, and this is Iberis alexander's candy tuft. I was planning on putting it up here. I thought it was just an annual, and it isn't. It is a perennial, and it gets these beautiful drifts of white in the spring, and it really spreads and fills out. So it's not going to go up here. It's going to go on the side where I have, because I only have two of them, and it'll look weird if it starts spreading and it's not like uniform across the whole front of the bed. But I've got two, and these are a quart size. Originally I was supposed to have four really small, little like a 4-pack, but I guess they ran out, so they upgraded me to these, because these are $7 each, these bigger ones, and they're much bigger than what I had. So I am going to put these on the side, and that'll give a little bit of pop and fun over there. And then I guess I don't know how long these bloom. I don't really have any, there's not anything in here that gives me an idea of that. So I do have to do some homework and research on these, but I do know that these are going to go on the side. All right, so let's head over to the arbor. I'll show you where we're going to be putting the rose plant. In fact, I'm going to set it over there. Robert's got to get a very big digger out, like an auger, and he is going to aug a hole. Probably not today, because I have baseball practice. In fact, I've got to get in and get dressed and get ready for that here in just a couple minutes. And then we'll walk over and I'll show you, and we'll compare the two different Agastache plants that I have. Here is the clematis that I have. I just pulled that off. And the very pale pink. Now these are bloomed out, so they have faded some. I'll see, like you can see when they come in, they're a little bit more pink, and then they fade out to almost a cream. And here they are. They're very pink when they first open. I don't know if maybe this one right there. That's probably the most recent opened one. It's blooming and it's beautiful, and it needs a little bit more training, but it's not the best yet. There we go. And once it blooms, I'll just get a couple of blooms here and there on it. So this one will go on this side, but on the other side, you can see there's all that grass we've been killing down there. So Robert's got to dig all that out. And then this one we'll plant on the other side of this arbor. And funny, these rose bushes, I trimmed them last year and I didn't trim them this year. So these are knockout roses. They're massive, and this one's in full bloom, and that one maybe would have benefited from some from some trimming. However, one used to be light pink and one used to be hot pink. You can see the hot pink in here, and they must have crossed because they've been here for 8 years. They were one of the first things I planted in here. But even like when I looked at this, like there's striping. I don't know if it's going to show. There's striping. Let me flip to a different camera. Hold on. Okay, so this is definitely like done. Like you can see the difference in even on the same plant of. Here's a good one. It's got like, you see, it's almost got like striping on it now. That was never like that. So you can see up here, we've got some of the darker pink, and then you come over here and there's like lighter pink, and then you come down and there's more hot pink. It's all sort of mixed in, the hot pink and the light pink now. So I think they've just I think they're growing together, and we're gonna get the light pink, which is fine because I actually prefer that. But if it does this mix of light and dark pink, look at this. I'm okay with that too, because that's very pretty. I gotta get rid of this. We gotta cut all this out. But yeah, the roses are in their glorious bloom, and after this flush of blooms, like this is a perfect example of the light and the dark together. I will then cut it all the way. I'll cut it back, trim it, and then it'll reflush again. This grows all year. It's so beautiful. All right, let's go compare the Agastache. This is the new one. And then the one that I grew, the color of the foliage, very different. Mine's more like a lime green. This one is like a softer green, and they're going to be different colors. So we'll have purple, peach, and now we're going to have pink. So I think they'll look so pretty. And now you can kind of see some of that purple veining on here as well, on the leaves. So where this doesn't have anything like that. So yeah, so this came back. We're happy about that. This is going to come out, and we're going to replant that, and maybe we'll put them together, maybe we'll put them separate, but anyway, that is that. Okay friends, I'm going to show you one more thing, and then I got to head in and get ready for ball. I have peonies growing, and one of them, we had transplanted 2 of them to the front bed, and one of them struggled last year. The other one bloomed. The one that bloomed has a lot more blooms on it. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blooms on it this year, which is only its 2nd season over here. And then this one only has 1 bloom, but it fully opened, and it's a beautiful, beautiful shade. Let me show you. And it's kind of getting crushed in here. Let me bring him in, hold on. She was leaning off to the side, and so this is her very first flower. She's not fully opened yet, but she's getting there. And she is such a pretty girl, and she is more of that hot pink. So I suspect next year there'll be a lot more blooms from this plant. And then this one here is this will be the first one to open. These are a pale pink, and we've got blooms all over this one, all over it. So I do have one more peony that's a really beautiful, like, mid-tone pink. This is the lighter pink, the darker pink, and there's a mid-tone. Let me show you that. Now this one is quite a bit behind the others because it gets more shade. This one usually blooms beautifully. It's getting its buds. We'll see how it does because it's getting hot, and it took its time coming in. So this one doesn't have the big balls on it. You can see that there's a little one right there. There's one there, one there. I got quite a bit of blooms on this last year, but this one does bloom later, and this is, as you can see, the creeping Jenny bed. Some of this stuff is going to go in, so it'll fill up and be pretty once it's ready to go. Okay friends, I hope you enjoyed today's plant haul and a little update on the dahlias, and I will see you all in the next garden vlog. Have a wonderful, blessed, fun day. Enjoy your planting.
Deep in the shadows, I know it's hard to put one foot in front of the other. So far as the echo, where do we start? You can learn to discover a million stars.